Good afternoon. In today's video, I wanted to show you how to maintain this Fukien tea that I picked up from a big box store. A lot of people that are new to bonsai, they pick these trees up and they grow them and they're not sure how to maintain them. And so I wanted to take a few moments here and show you how you would trim this guy up and maintain the watering conditions for these type of trees, and how you would have a successful bonsai tree that will last years in the future. All right, so let's take a good look at this Fukien tea. I've let a branch down here grow out to try to thicken up the base a little more. This is considered a sacrificial branch. We may take this off today, I'm not sure yet. When you first buy these Fukien teas from the big box store, they're probably usually trimmed up and look pretty decent. They don't have these long shoots or anything. So what you will do is probably for the first month or so, you'll just watch the water levels, and they come in this coconut fiber type potting soil that retains moisture really well. So when you're watering it inside, you probably don't have to water it every day. You should be able to just stick your finger in here, and if your finger is wet, you're good. If it comes up dry, give it a little bit of water, let it run out the bottom, and then check it in a few days if you're keeping it inside. If you're keeping it outside, you could water it once every day, and that will not overwater it. After a month or so, it's going to grow these long shoots, and you're going to want to trim these back. So when trimming these back, all you have to do, and keep the shape of the top of the tree, you will start at the top of the tree and you'll work your way down, because typically a lot of the energy is going to the top of the tree, and it's going to create these long shoots mainly at the top. So that's probably where you're going to spend most of your trimming. I'm going to bring you in closer and let you see exactly where I'm cutting for the first couple, and then I'll show you the overall process that I'm looking at. As we look at these long shoots, you'll see this one here, and you have the base, and there is a little leaf here, and then you have a leaf here. And so those are essentially nodes, and that is where you'll cut at every 2 nodes. So you'll start at the very base and you'll count 2 leaves, 1, 2, and then you'll make your cut here. So let's go ahead and let's make our cut right here for this shoot, just like that. And so now we'll look at the other long shoot that we have here, and we'll count the leaves. We got 1, 2, and we will cut in between these 2 leaves. In between this leaf and this leaf is where we'll cut. So we'll go in here with our scissors and we'll make a cut. And look at that, you've already kind of kept the desired shape of the tree. All right, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to do that method I just showed you, where I'm going to count 2 leaves and then make a cut. 1, 2, cut. 1, 2, cut. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to remove this, because it grew through the season and it didn't really make much of a difference. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove this altogether. Like that. So this Fukien teas root very easily. So you would be able to take a couple of these, trim the, kind of take the leaves off like that, and you can stick that in the soil and create a whole new tree from this cutting. But now looking at our tree now, just those simple cuts has made this look back to its original beautiful bonsai self. And trimming you will want to do when you get those long shoots that are roughly about 6 inches long. When they're coming off about this long, you'll cut them off at 2 nodes, and then that's all the trimming you'll need to do. And with Fukien teas, you can do it any time of the year, and they will like it because they are a tropical plant. They have a very mild dormancy that they go into in the winter, so they won't grow as quickly, but in the spring and summer, they will grow a lot faster. Now let's look at the lower branches. So these lower branches, if we wanted to, we could wire these down and make them more pads. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim this longer branch off just a little bit. I'm gonna take him back to 2 nodes. So we're gonna go back. There's a big clump here. We're just gonna go back to right there. All right, so now let's look at our next branch. So this branch right here, we have, is looking pretty good. Not much growth on it, so I think we're gonna leave that alone. And you have some of these kind of yellowing leaves. You can go ahead and pick those off or cut them, and that will help. And there's some of these leaves, Fukien teas, their leaves will kind of die off and turn black like this. Don't worry, that's normal. And there you have it, your newly trimmed Fukien tea. So as you can see, this tree is already looking like a bonsai and is looking very nice, and it's perfect to display in your home. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I have a few other Fukien teas, as you see here, that we're going to be trimming up and cleaning up. So if you're interested in those, stay tuned for those videos, and I'll see you on the next one.